Hey guys, welcome to JPlays. I'm Iceman. This is my playthrough of Silent Hill 4 for the Sony PlayStation 2, played on PC via the emulator PCSX2. In the previous video, we went through the second version of the apartment complex, and also went to past and present versions of the apartment along the way too. So if you're looking for guides on how to get through that stuff, please refer to the previous video. Now, all we have left to do is the final boss battle. That's it. So once we get this done, that's it. So I'm hoping this goes by smoothly. I was watching some videos online for how-tos on how to get through this quickly. There's a few ways you can do it. You can even do it with a round of bullets. Apparently, my words will make sense shortly. What's that? Okay, that's what we need. Now, I could do this with the Axe of Despair. Apparently, it's a lot easier to take out Walter with that, but I want to do it with the axe. We'll see how we go. I'm going to bring along that and that. So with those, I should be okay, I hope. I hope. Kind of anxious to take on this final battle. Oh. This is different to what I was expecting. I thought this was going to take us straight to the boss battle. No, not yet. I guess I have to jump in the hole to get to it. Well, I guess we gotta jump in.
Just a little longer now. Henry, you're it. The last of the 21 sacraments. The final sign. The receiver of wisdom.
Alright, wish me luck. Ah, got him. Got him. And we saved Eileen. Beat it on the first attempt. Ah. It's done. We beat this thing.
Eileen?
Mom! Let me in! Mom!
You're too late, Mum's dead. Oh.
Eileen.
Thanks. Aww. Guess I'll have to find a new place to live, huh?
Deep in the forest night, children dance the waltz. They laugh, whispering hand in hand, just like children like to do. Their eyes, what are they looking for? White dress flutters the beat. Their song starting to make some sense. Only if you're listening. Dance, dance like butterflies. Shadows appear right before my eyes. Sound echo the absurd. Hard to explain something that
Oh. So I was playing that for 12 hours and 45 minutes. Saved 50 times, continued 4 times, defeated 673 enemies. Found the vast majority of memos, not all of them. Oh, I got the escape ending. Let's see, which endings are there? So I'll just quickly switch off the... Oh, I'll put the volume down actually. Ah, it's alright, I'll just leave it. So I got the best ending, I think. So the escape ending is where all or most of the hauntings in your apartment are eliminated, and Eileen Gelvin survived the final battle. There's a mother ending where she survives the battle, but I didn't take out many of the hauntings. Eileen's death, where most of the hauntings are defeated, but she dies, and 21 Sacraments, where very few of the hauntings in the apartment are eliminated, and she doesn't survive the battle. So we didn't get that, so that's good. I'm gonna pop the volume down a bit. Alright, so before we continue, I'll just say, so that was Silent Hill 4. In some ways, my original opinion of this game stands, and in others, I stand corrected. So, firstly, I'll start with the bad, and then I'll go to the good. So, on the bad, the things that I remember frustrating the hell out of me about this game, frustrated the hell out of me in this one too. But, with time, I didn't get as anxious about them. So, the hauntings in the apartment, and the ghosts in particular, were easily the down points in the game, the most negative. But I'd forgotten... Oh, wait. Let me think. No, those are the main two things. It's just those two things. Other than that... Oh yeah, and also having Eileen follow you around everywhere and all that. There was one thing I was worried about which didn't come to be. I thought it was that the more she gets hurt in the playthrough, the faster she walks towards the blood, water stuff. That didn't happen. Or maybe she didn't get as hurt in this playthrough as in my other one. And plus I knew what I was doing this time. Whereas when I did it the other time, I wasn't watching videos and I wasn't prepping for it and all that stuff. So very different experience. On the good side, and in some ways this matches what I remember from my other playthrough. The first half of this, except for the subway section, is excellent. I would say outstanding. Up until you get to up until you finish off Apartment World, all the supernatural goings on in your apartment, the superintendent guy standing at the door and just like he was like kind of in a trance and just kind of just hovering there and just staring at the door. And there was arguing outside the apartment, getting to look out at the windows, to the outside world, all that stuff. That is where this game shines. This is and that's what makes this game unique over the other games in the series. The other games don't have like a central hub location where you always come back. And at least for the first half of the game, the apartment acts as a place where you can come to for healing, which is great. It encourages you to go and explore and take out all the enemies in an area, because you can always come back for healing. And then that all switches once you're through with Apartment World the first time, where it all switches and no longer is it a place of healing, now there's hauntings and all that. Though, I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, I should say that when the hauntings first start happening, you don't have enough candles. But that does change with time. So it's not a deal breaker. It's just, in the beginning when it first happened, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I don't want to go to the apartment. Like, I don't want to go back because there'll be what new hauntings will be there when I come back. Oh no. But that's fine. Like, the game does give you enough candles in the end to take them all out, as we see. I got the best ending. Yeah, so on the positive end, this game's better than I remember. I still don't like those things though. But, like, you know, I ended up with lots of the saint medallions towards the end. The ghosts ceased to be as much of a problem as they were in the first half. When they first started coming, I was totally freaking out. Because I'm like, but I can't take them out. How am I supposed to explore and find what I need for the game? What if I get myself into a dead man walking scenario? Like, as in, this game doesn't have those, thankfully, but like, where you miss something important that you need at the end of the game. That's a dead man walking scenario where you can't get... Like, Resident Evil Code Veronica has those, where there's... you can get yourself into an unwinnable game state. This doesn't have that, so, yeah. You know? So, yeah. This game's definitely a lot better than I remember. No. I was gonna say I like it more than the third game now, but I don't know. Like, when it was in the first half, 100% I would have said this is better than the third game. The third game especially has a... worse in the last part, the last section, the church section, which has like enemies with very high amounts of health and very hard to beat. But it does give you a lot of ammo and other things to use, so, you know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll probably still say it goes second, like in order of from best to worst. I would go second game by far. I love that game. I love it. I love it. I love it. Then the first game, because the first game is really damn good. And the music in that really sets a sense of dread. This one has moments of that too. But that one, the first game in the music department is excellent. And the PS1 graphics kind of adds to the quality of the game. And like I said in my other video, if you haven't watched that, is that to me it's like when you watch a black and white movie and how it actually enhances the quality of the horror. Like, the PS1, the fact that it has PS1 graphics actually enhances it in a sense. So that easily to me is number 2. As to what's number 3, I'll flip-flop for a while in my head. But I'll probably still say the third one and then this one. But when I was playing the third one, I was saying this game was a big drop from the third one. Nah, I was too harsh on that. I would go third one and then very closely this one. This game has moments of absolute brilliance, as I've said. Like, the whole concept of being stuck in your apartment and not being able to leave with the chains on the door, but then being able to look out the window and look at the little the little door peephole thing, and hearing the conversations going out in the hallway, seeing the guy try the key on the door which didn't work, all that stuff. I love that. That's really friggin' good. If the game was like right up until the first time you go to apartment world and that was the whole game and you just fought a boss and then that was it, I would say this game's by far better than 3. It's just that the second half gets a bit annoying and very maze-like, because you have to have Eileen going with you from world to world. So then you've got to find pathways to get her to come with you, and then some of those are filled with ghosts and things, and that's really frustrating. But it's not a deal breaker. I don't know. The third one had a lot of really weird characters. This one doesn't have weird characters. Even Walter, I mean, I get it. I mean, the kid/adult, he's really one really fucked up individual, but then he grew up in a cult that filled his head with a bunch of bullshit. And then he went on to be a serial killer. But I kind of get it, why he did what he did, Whereas the people in 3, I don't understand their motivations, a lot of them, and they're just, frankly, just bizarre characters. This game, nah, no. The only person I think that was really bizarre in this one, I mean, other than Walter, it's probably that superintendent guy. But I'm guessing something of the room, the apartment was seeping out and, like, affecting people. Like The Grudge, like the movie The Grudge, if you know that one. Just like a supernatural presence that affects people. Like, that makes sense in my head. And, so it's more more believable within the Silent Hill world. But I had a really good time playing this game. It did give me anxiety, which the other games have never. I think, but it was just more when the haunting started happening, and just the thought of having to go near the ghosts and all that really sent me with a sense of dread, extreme dread. But I got over it. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things in this I like way more than the third game. The third game, they just throw everything but the kitchen sink at you after a certain point, and I didn't like that at all. It has some cool parts to it. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'll say that this is a game by far worth checking out. It's excellent. Just know what you're getting yourself in for, that's all. Just know that you're getting yourself into those moments with the ghosts. Well, as long as you got the medallion, you're fine. But then there's moments of brilliance and just things from just sitting around and looking out your window and watching the outside world and the hauntings even are kind of freaky in their own kind of way. So yeah, I'm really happy that I decided to come back and play this again. On finishing 3, I was considering skipping this one and just going to whatever I was going to play next, but I'm really happy and glad that I came back and played it again, because this game is brilliant. On the overall whole, brilliant. So yeah, I had a great time playing this, and I hope you've enjoyed watching me play through this. I could sit and talk about this for ages, but I'll just say that it is... I mean, these games, all of them do play on a psychological kind of level, much more than playing like Resident Evil, where that is not even in there. No, that's one's just pure taking on zombies and mutations of the T-virus and all that stuff, at least from the early games anyway. This game though, totally, and all of them work more on a psychological level, and that's cool. I love that about the Silent Hill games. It's just a really good aspect done very well. Anyway, let's see what I've unlocked. But as I said, I hope you have enjoyed watching me play through this and hearing me talk through it and seeing the experiences that I went through playing it. Yeah, and I guess that's it. Yeah. The unfortunate thing from here is that it all goes downhill from this point. Like, from this point, you've seen the best that the Silent Hill series has. I mean, if Hideo Kojima had got to finish that, what was that called? It's not Silent Hills. I can't remember what it was called. But that game where you're walking down a hallway basically for the whole thing, and then things change as you go through it. If that game had come to be, that game would have been outstanding. And it is a crime against humanity that we never got to see the finished end version of that. That would have been phenomenal. Um, Nowadays, the only equivalent, I mean, is basically this game in many ways. Um, you are in your apartment. It does look the same every time you come back, but there's gradual changes, with the hauntings and all that. Um, and there is a mod for Doom 2 called myhouse.wad. If you're a fan of that kind of style, I highly recommend it. Though you will have to delve into Doom modding to see it, but that is something to experience. That is great. Um, Beyond that, that's it. There's nothing else of equivalent. And especially in the way that this game is, like, I don't know, this game taps into a lot of more mental kind of things, like mental illness kind of things, like anxiety and agoraphobia, and if you know what that is, and or agoraphobia, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, like the whole thing of not being able to leave your house, because many people suffer from that in real life. So it's like that made manifest, of visually he sees the door with the locks on the door, um, and which I guess for people with that condition, it's kind of like that, but just on a mental level. The fear of the outside, not wanting to venture out because it's so scary. I'm not making fun of it saying that either. It's just, I mean it like that's how it is for those people. Um, in this game, it's made real with chains on the door that you can't break until towards the end when you get the key finally. Um, and yeah, as I said, I could sit here and talk about this forever. I just think there's a lot that this game does really well, and it's a one of a kind in that kind of way. The other ones, it's stuff is going on, but like the first game, I don't think he. I was gonna say he never questions his sanity, but I guess maybe he does. He doesn't know what's real and what's not. But this one it's just in a different kind of sense. Yeah. But play this game. I highly recommend it, as I've said. All right. Anyway, I'm just going in circles now, I think. So, oh, as to quickly, I'll say it. So, what could have made this game better? More weapons. Give players more player choice, because there's literally, besides the stun gun, which I think you have to use up close anyway. There's only one ranged weapon, the pistol. Oh, there's the revolver too. Um, but like having the shotgun and the rifle would have been good to have. They kind of tease you with it with that room with the toy weapons. Getting an Uzi would have been good. I know that Eileen gets that as a weapon if you beat the game and play it again. And there's a chainsaw. Again, that's melee. But from what I've seen of it, that's a piece of crap. Which is unbelievable. You would think that chainsaw would be the best weapon in the game. Anyway, but that's about it. Oh yeah, and like I had said earlier, if there was the option of having it be that when you place a candle in your apartment, it stays there. It doesn't just burn out. It permanently makes that part of the apartment haunting free. I think for some people that would be a lot better. Because then you're like cleansing permanently a part of your apartment. So anyway, so that concludes my playthrough of Silent Hill 4. As to what I will play next, I have no idea. I've never played Origins. I do have that on my actual PSP, like my real actual, not emulator, but real. I've got the real cartridge of it, or disc, sitting there. I don't know. They kind of went more combat heavy with that one, apparently. Yeah, so I guess I'll have a think and decide what to play next. I've still got Diablo 2 Resurrected to complete. And I do need to play Red Alert 3 at some point. And I do want to play StarCraft Brood War, the expansion for StarCraft, as well as StarCraft 2 at some point in time. So total different kinds of games to this one. As for games like this one, I'm contemplating replaying through the Resident Evil games, and when I say that, I don't mean the remakes. I mean the originals, like the PlayStation 1, ones of 1, 2, and 3. Code Veronica is a personal favorite of mine. That's my favorite Resident Evil game. I know a lot of people like the fourth game. Nah, not me. I mean, it's good. It's just that Resident Evil to me is zombies. Like, it's, brains, That's Resident Evil to me. It's like John Romero. Like, The Walking Dead kind of stuff. And then after 4, well, even with 4, they made it more of like a... They moved away from the T-virus, and it became more like a parasite in people's heads, and then... I think, was it Resi 7, though that looks good. That's from a first-person perspective. I do want to play that game one day. Um, those do, and that does work more. Well, that one's mixture of gore and psychological, I think. So it's interesting. So those are games I'm considering anyway. I don't know. I need to have a sit and think about it. I did play Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut back in the day. That was my first experience specifically with the Director's Cut version. And then I didn't play 2 until a long time after. But, pardon me. But 2 is excellent. 1's very good though. But Code Veronica is the bee's knees. Like I don't know. I love that game. It's just that the downside to it is it does have Dead Man Walking scenario bits where you can get yourself into a unwinnable game state. And so unless you know ahead of time what's coming, then you could leave things in one of the container boxes and get yourself into a point where you can't win. Anyway, I'll have a think about what I play next. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed watching me play through Silent Hill 4. Maybe I'll play through more games in the series at a later point. If I did, it'll be Origins. And yeah. Alright guys, have a good one.